Hey, survivors. This is Tin Pony, and today I'm going to be making the cheapest beacon I know how to make. And what we're doing here, we've got an underwater cave. It's a deep cave with loot boxes at the bottom. You see that slanted rock with the clam on the left? That's what I look for when I'm hunting these down. Just follow the smoke from the tar balls from the petroleum geysers, and right down here at the bottom we've got a couple boxes to loot. One of them's a gold box, the other's a green one. And I didn't take a breath before I came down here, so I'm going to run out of air. See if we can get back to the top before we die completely. Um, this is primarily what I use these beacons for, but we're going to use a couple pieces of unrefined scrap wood for our lights. Um, we all know the twinkle that they give off when you do that with stone or metal or wood. When there's something to loot, a wok, steak, whatever, um, and that's what's going to be our lights. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to sink a base into this rock so my pole doesn't float away. Then I'm going to build a pole on top of it. Um, the pole is 1 block square, and as long as I can make it, I don't know if that's 16 or 18 blocks, but it takes two of these to get with close to the surface. We'll add one or two at the surface. We'll just bring this up, and now we've got our post, and we'll zoom into first person to stretch it a little bit more. And now we've got our marker post. Um, so I'm going to need some unrefined scrap wood. Basically, all you need for doing this is your hammer, and you don't need a welder, you don't need a spud gun. Um, and I put the platform on there so it'll be easier to show you what I'm doing. I usually don't use the platform. I'll just jump up and down until I get the scrap wood where I position the way I want it and then just attach it. But I'll show you both ways. What we're going to do is we're going to cut down this little birch. And when it comes to cutting wood with the hammer, I go right for the roots, and that way I don't get extra pieces laying around. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to drag it back out to the water line. This is a part of the land I haven't been on before, so I don't know if there's boss bots or what hanging around, but I can always escape to the water. I'll build a little post out here and get my welder ready. Like I said, you don't need to do this. If you find a tree on an island next to one of these caves that you want to mark, that's that's real handy. But I just used my welder on the cut into that tree, and now come out here and hit it again when the tree is positioned the way I want it. Now I can work on it out here close to the water, and I'll just knock one end off of this until we get the raw scrap wood. And you can build with these. Um, they're they're not strong or anything. They do float, but the nice thing about them is they have that starlight twinkle, and you can see that clear to the end of your draw distance. So we'll stand on this and we'll go back to first person and we'll get the ghost image flipped so that the post is the way we want it and nail it in place. And then we'll go back and make another one. I like to use two of these so that I can put them on there at 90 degrees. They'll shine through anything you can put on that post. They will shine through it. They won't shine through a hill or um, vegetation that's already, game generated or anything like that. But they're perfect for out on the water. You can use them on land too. You just may have to put them closer together to be able to see where the next one is. But we'll go back out here, and this time I'm just going to jump. And what I'm doing is I'm holding my jump and then flipping the ghost image until it's the way I want it, and then attach it. So there's two ways of doing it. If you come up with another one, that's great. That's all fine and dandy. Um, but I'll reclaim this platform because I won't be needing it again. Plenty of water back at the base. But you can see we've got two flashes going on here, and they're very bright at night. You can also use the post for a loot pull if you're just out collecting one type of resource. You don't have a lot of room in your inventory. You can use these posts and the scrap wood for hanging your loot until you can come back and pick it up. But you can see that pole is very visible underwater. It's the only straight lines down here. Okay, and we're building another one at night. This isn't too far away. I'm using the same tree. And I've got the post in at another cave, and I have one piece of scrap on it. We're carrying another piece out there. One thing to remember when you're carrying something in the water, um, you can't eat, you can't drink, you can't use your hammer, none of that stuff until you put it down, until you put that object down, that raw material. And you don't want to get caught carrying that. I'm not sure if you can put this on the sea floor, on the ocean bed, but you don't want to get caught carrying this and have to eat something because you're choking, because getting rid of it could be tough in the water. Now, if you're close to your pole, you can just put it on the pole anywhere. You can take it off and put it back on there again. But this is looking back towards the first one we built. And as we get closer, it'll come into our draw distance. And there it is. Now it looks like a little piece of loot on the ground up there, but it's actually out in the water, just like this one. But again, they're very visible. I watched a guy use a controller, a bearing, a switch, and two looted lights, and a couple spray paints to make pretty much the same thing. Um, this is a lot cheaper. No matter no matter what, you're going to have to spend the resources on the post. But we'll put a bag of soil up here, and that's on the scrap wood, the unrefined scrap wood, but you can see that light shines right through it. So anything you put on this post is not going to interfere with the light. And you just unload your inventory, come back for it later. If you've got a boat, that's even better. If you've got a boat, you can actually load up some of this stuff, some of this scrap wood, unrefined scrap wood, and use it when you're out and about. I hope this helped out. Um, I'm just going to do a quick thing on night diving. Um, once you learn once you learn the twists and turns on a certain type of cave, all of those caves are going to be the same. And I just follow the smoke down, and there's my little buddy pointing me towards the opening that goes down to the bottom where his little buddies are, and this is where the chests will be. Go ahead and break them open and loot them. And I use fast swim. It's the same as fast walk or fast run. I use fast swim to get back out of here, and it's always the same layout on this cave, on this particular kind of cave. There's shorter ones, but that's a different video. So I hope this was helpful. Um, I hope it makes your game more enjoyable, and I hope it makes your resources last longer. Thanks for watching.